Hi, welcome to my channel Coding Skills. In this video, I'm going to tell you what is OTP along with some examples. I will also show you how we can implement the same in Java programming using 4 different approaches. A small request from my side is please watch the video till the end so that you will not miss anything. So let's get into the details. What is OTP? Basically, it is one-time password or one-time PIN which can be generated dynamically to authenticate user on the computer system or on other digital devices like mobile, pad, tab, etc. OTPs are more secure than the regular static passwords that we use to authenticate various other systems. We can use following 4 different approaches to generate OTP. First approach is using math.random. Second approach is using java.util.random. Third approach is using java.util.splittable and the fourth approach is using java.security.secure In case if you want to know more details about each individual class, you may refer to my other video related to generating random numbers. Creating new Java class and naming the file accordingly. Also choosing public static void main method. Removing to do statement. Adding comments for each approach for the better readability. Approach 1, approach 2, approach 3 and approach 4. Now we are proceeding with the first approach implementation using math.random. Creating a public static method which is of type void. Name of the method is generate OTP. Declaring an integer variable OTP number equal to math.random. This method is going to give us a double value and we are multiplying with value 9000 as we are looking for a 4-digit OTP number, and this computed value we are casting into integer. For the computed value, adding 1000. Printing the generated value. OTP number is, the variable name is OTPNO. We are going to call this particular method inside a main method. This method is going to give us a 4-digit OTP number. Started running the program 6137 as can be seen. Executing again, we can see the OTP value is getting generated as expected. Using same Java class to demonstrate the second approach. Importing java.util.random class. Copying the first approach method and also commenting the first approach. Removing the old logic from the copied method and also adding the method parameter int length of OTP. Based on the length of OTP, we will be generating the OTP value. It can be 4, 6 or it can be anything. So, declaring a character array OTP value and allocating the number of elements based on the size of length of OTP value. String all digits equal to, we are initializing with a 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Random object equal to new random. creating instance for the random. For int I equal to 0, I less than length of OTP I plus plus. Int random number equal to random object dot next int, and we are going to pass a bound value. Bound value is nothing but a upper limit. So all digits dot length. OTP value of I equal to all digits dot caret of random number. Now we are going to print the OTP value which is generated. OTP value is a char array, so we are going to pass in a string object by creating a new string object. We are almost done with it executing the program. Now we can see that random number generated as 4 digits. Updating the input parameter to 6. Now we should see the 6-digit value. Using same Java class to demonstrate the third approach. Importing java.util.splittable random class. Copying the second approach and pasting it in the respective place, and also commenting the second approach. Removing the old logic which is not needed in the copied method. Declaring a string builder object, OTP value equal to new string builder. Splittable random equal to new splittable random, creating instance for the splittable random object. So within the for loop, int random number equal to splittable random dot next int of, we are going to pass a origin and the bound value. Origin is 0 and the bound value is 9. So within this we are going to see the random numbers generated. So we are going to append this value to OTP value object, which is a string builder, for which string builder object. So after completing the for loop, we are printing the value of OTP number, and we are going to convert into toString because it's a string builder object. We are almost done with it executing the program. We can see the 6-digit value, changing it to 4-digit. Now we should see the 4-digit value, as can be seen. Using same Java class to demonstrate the fourth approach. Importing java.security.secure random object. Copying the third approach and pasting at the respective place, also commenting the third approach. Now we'll make the required changes in the copied method. We'll be removing the unnecessary logic, creating instance for the secure random equal to new secure random. So using the secure random object within the for loop, and for this next int method we are going to pass the bound value, which is 9. So rest everything is same. We are going to print the OTP values. So we are almost done executing the program. So we can see the 4-digit value. So if we are changing into 6-digit, we should see the 6-digit OTP value. If you are having any questions related to this video, please drop me a comment so that I can respond to it. Also, if you are looking for any specific program, please do let me know so that I can plan for it in my upcoming videos. Please like the video. In case if you are visiting my channel for the first time, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thank you so much once again, and see you in the next video.